Imagine an invisible predator, so integrated into your routine that you invite him to dinner, sleep next to him, and even work with him. It attacks not with claws or teeth, but with food deliveries, shiny elevators, and the promise that you'll never have to leave your couch. Your name? Comfort. And while you relax, it silently rewrites the code of your health, replacing vitality with convenience. Recent studies reveal that the unbridled search for modern facilities has not only altered our relationship with our bodies, but has created an epidemic of chronic diseases directly linked to choices that we consider harmless. 1,000 years ago, Homo sapiens developed an agile metabolism to survive periods of scarcity. Today, this same system faces a paradox. Although surrounded by abundance, our bodies operate as if they were in permanent crisis. Research from Universitat Oberta de Catalunya and Columbia University shows that consuming more than 45% of daily calories after 5 p.m. raises blood glucose levels, even when the diet is balanced. The reason? Our biological clock, synchronized with sunlight, interprets late meals as an emergency signal, releasing hormones such as cortisol and reducing the efficiency of insulin. Delivery, the ultimate symbol of practicality, has become an accomplice in this imbalance. A hot dish delivered in 30 minutes may seem innocuous, but when repeated in the evening, it turns dinner into a stressful event for the pancreas. It's like requiring a truck driver to work overtime every night. Eventually, the system fails. Climbing stairs consumes approximately 8 calories per minute. It seems small, but multiplied by decades, the difference between choosing the elevator and facing steps is equivalent to avoiding kilos of visceral fat and reducing the risk of cardiovascular diseases by 15%. The problem is not in using elevators occasionally, but in normalizing immobility. A WHO report points out that 60% of adults globally do not achieve the minimum recommended physical activity, and a sedentary lifestyle already kills more than smoking. The home office, celebrated as an achievement of modernity, amplified this risk. A study by Fiocruz reveals that working from home increased sitting time by 34%, with active breaks replaced by endless scrolling on social media. The human body, designed to walk 12 kilometers a day in the savannah, now contorts itself in ergonomic chairs while muscles atrophy and arteries accumulate cholesterol plaques. The irony? The more comfortable we become, the closer we get to a future where machines replace even the movements that keep us alive. The relationship between comfort and chronic illness is a complex web. Consider artificial light. It allows us to work late, but it suppresses melatonin, a hormone essential for sleep and cell regeneration. Delivery apps, by reducing the effort of cooking, encourage the consumption of ultra-processed foods that, according to the University of Murcia, sabotage weight loss even in balanced diets. Even air conditioning, an ally against the heat, has its dark side. UFRJ researchers warn that excessively air-conditioned environments reduce natural thermoregulation, weakening the body's response to thermal variations and increasing susceptibility to infections. It's a perverse cycle. We create bubbles of comfort that isolate us from the real world, but make us fragile in the face of it. Convenience has a price, and it's not just on your credit card. An experiment at Harvard University compared two groups, one with unlimited access to elevators and the other forced to use stairs. After 6 months, the second group not only improved health markers, but reported greater mental clarity and productivity, effects attributed to increased cerebral blood flow during physical activity. Delivery, in addition to impacting metabolic health, changes our cultural relationship with food. Cooking, once a social and creative act, has become an optional task. Nutritionists argue that this disconnect contributes to nutritional blindness. We no longer know how to identify fresh ingredients, much less measure portions without the help of an app. The solution is not to demonize technology, but to give new meaning to comfort. Chrononutrition, a field that studies the synchrony between food and circadian rhythms, suggests anticipating main meals before 3 p.m. and fasting for 12 hours at night, a practice that, according to Columbia University, can reverse prediabetes by 70% of cases. Replacing the elevator with stairs 3 times a day is equivalent to walking 1 kilometer, reducing the risk of obesity by 18%. And to combat the sedentary lifestyle of working from home, neuroscientists recommend movement breaks every 45 minutes, short breaks that restore circulation and prevent muscle stiffness. We live in the safest and most comfortable era in history, but we have never been sicker. Comfort in excessive doses has become an evolutionary trap. By eliminating physical challenges, we weaken the systems that kept us resilient. The solution is not to return to the caves, but in the balance between innovation and biology. As a Fiocruz researcher wrote, "The human body is an old machine in a new world, and it is up to us to to decide whether to update it or leave it obsolete. Perhaps true convenience is not avoiding effort, but ensuring that the ones we choose lead us to a future where health and convenience are not enemies, but allies. After all, what good is there in living longer if we can't climb a mountain, cook a memorable meal, or dance until dawn?